Here it is, 1956 Ford 850 tractor. Getting ready to haul it home. Okay everybody, this is my new tractor project, a 1956 Ford 850. Belonged to my cousin's great-grandfather. My cousin's stepson's great-grandfather. So we are looking at a tractor that originally, the original problem was the head gasket blew, water got into the cylinder, particular cylinder number 2 down in there, and what it did was it locked the engine up, a very pitted piston. I'll put a picture of it here. And so it stuck the valve open. I'm working on the valves now, but hold on, I'll show you. Here's the head. You can tell it's got a lot of surface rust from sitting all these years because the head was off of it while it was sitting. This is the number 2, and the valve is stuck. This valve is stuck. This valve is stuck. I've got penetrating oil in there. I've been tapping them, but you can see it needs a valve job. Need to clean this head up pretty good with a wire wheel, and so I'll work on that. But whenever we do a valve job, I'll show that on camera. By the way, this is the first Ford tractor I have ever worked on. Principles are the same, and we're gonna figure it out as we go. I've got all the sheet metal, and we'll get her put back together. When I got it, it had been sitting for over a decade in that condition. So using a 2x4 and a small sledgehammer, you can tell took a lot of force and a lot of penetrating oil. And then whenever it started to move a fraction of an inch, I then used put it in gear and used the rear tires to shift it back and forth until the engine broke free. So that's where that's at. I do have to pull this sleeve, this piston. Piston is very pitted, and the sleeve has some rust gouges in it. The other ones I've honed out a little bit already. They appear to be okay, but this particular cylinder I need to put a new sleeve in. So I'm going to do that here shortly. I'm going to pull the oil pan. The oil's already out of it. I'm going to pull the oil pan, take the piston out. We'll look at that closer, and then I'll try to get the sleeve out of it. We'll get a sleeve ordered, put a new sleeve and piston in it, and start working our way up. I pulled the oil pan, as you can see. I'm going to try to give you a look. Up under here, things are not all rusty. Pretty good. Number 2. Got to take the number 2, take these 2 nuts off, and I'll use the push rod to get it to the top of its run and then try to knock it out the top. So I won't be able to film all that. It's tight quarters in here, so let me get it done and I'll bring you back. Okay, I was able to pull the piston out. As you can see, it is not in good shape, so I'll be replacing the piston. Just look at the profile of that. Deep gouges from water sitting in it for years. The other issue, let me get my light. The other issue is on this sleeve. Hopefully I can get it illuminated for you. There you go. That's the condition of the sleeve. So we're going to be taking this sleeve out, re-sleeving this piston. The rest of them appear to be in good shape. I honed them a little bit. I'll do a little bit more, but that's the worst side. If I can get on this side for you. As you can see, there's a little spot there. focus. But yeah, there's the main issue right there. I have had this open, pulled out all the packing material, so it's a little easier for you to see. But let's look at this one in particular. So here's the piece that goes down into the cylinders. You see the little lips on there that catch it. And then you have the big piston here. Pump, basically an upside down bottle jack. You have the handle, the two stands for it, and the nuts and hardware, and a split collar to put the two together. So without further ado, let's get to working on it. Alright, so it unexpectedly came loose, but with a couple of pumps of this thing, you can hear it coming out. That thing was in there now. Here's the solution I came up with to get it the rest of the way out. There it is. Okay, got the sleeve out. The problem area, you can see it's right there. Pretty eat up with rust. The top part I did. That broken part on the top rim I did, trying to get it out, but it's a pretty thick sleeve. There are some people online that use screwdrivers to drive down between these, but I'm pretty sure they're not this thick. So, and the cylinder, I'll show you that. Here's the actual cylinder it came out of. The crank's got a little bit of stuff on it, but it's not. It's all shiny. It's a little bit where the oil has been, but yeah. I'll run the hone in there a little bit before I slide the new one in. I'm going to put the new one in the freezer, but we're going to run with these other ones. They feel smooth enough. They're a little stained from surface rust, but when you run your finger over them, they don't look bad. This one definitely needed a sleeve. We got it out. Okay, this has been in the freezer. Been in the freezer, cleaned it the best I could. There you go. I may hit it one more time, I may hit it one more time to get a little bit more flush, but it's in. That's flush mounted. Alright, as you can see, I cleaned up the top of the block a little more. So we'll keep on moving. Okay, I want to show you an easy way to clean up push rods. These push rods have been out and have been rusty for a long time. Let me show you an easy way to clean up push rods. So I put them in the drill, not too tight. Take the wire wheel. Let me zoom you in here so you can see. Take my wire wheel. You have to be careful, of course, but shines them right up. Then you take it out of the drill and finish up the part that was in the drill. It's not perfect, but a lot better than it was. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but because of the fact that this engine's set open for years, and you say, well, how's dirt going to get in it? Dirt was in the cylinders, but dirt can also get in the push rod holes and get down on the cam. So what I'm doing is I have a pump up sprayer. I've put about a half a gallon of diesel in it, and I'm just spraying up underneath here, and I'm getting a little bit of stuff out. You can tell by the color. There's a shadow, but you can tell by the color of the water. You can tell by the color of the diesel that it's washing some stuff out. And then I'm going to button it back up, put the oil cover, put the oil pan back on it, gasket, bolts, and there we go. I want you to see how dirty the diesel came out after flushing it out with that pump up sprayer. So you can tell it's a little bit clear there, and then it's dirty, 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 and then really dirty and thick down here. So pieces and chunks were coming out, so it didn't hurt. Okay, I'm going to put on the sump gasket, or the oil pan gasket. And I've got some of this Permatex Forma gasket. I'm going to use it for double protection. I've got it, might as well use it. I'm going to paint a thin layer of this. I've cleaned it with brake clean. It's a cork gasket. Probably don't need that, but why not? What's it gonna hurt? A little extra insurance. It'll help hold the gasket. Sliding all around, I'll get a couple of them started, it'll draw in. I'm going to put a little bit on top and crawl underneath and mount it. Clean the head off. I can do this without smashing my fingers. Line it up with the studs that I made. Hopefully. Somewhere. Right. Oops. Right. One. There we go. There we go. The head is down. I'll get the head bolts. I'll torque them down. You need to tighten them by the torque diagram, and I'll go get it. Here is the torque pattern for non-diesel engines. From that range right there, 501, 600, and so forth. We have an 850, so there we go. I use the rocker arm assembly bolts, holes, and some lag screws to bolt it down to a 2x4, and I began to work it. You can see the aftermath of the work. I worked a little late last night getting this rocker arm assembly freed up. As you can see, there's some pitting on it. From sitting just outside in the barn where I got this, it was locked up tight, and I really had to clean it up. As you can see on the tube there, a lot of pitting, but got it cleaned up, got it put back together, got the head on it, got to adjust the valves, and I'm going to paint the exhaust manifold, intake manifold, exhaust pipe, change the oil filter, get some oil in it. Well, I wonder why it was getting hot. I wonder why it overheated. I don't know. Plugged up solid with rust. And the pump is too. We're getting closer. I've got the head back on. I've just got the spark plugs thumb tight. I got this on there to keep any dust from blowing in there, but I got to adjust the valves. I've got the water pump thermostat housing bracket started. Got the alternator tightened up. So, moving on. Alright, to wrap up the video, it's a few weeks later. Let's recap of what we had to do. We first got the tractor. The engine was locked up. Head gasket, rusted cylinder, sleeve. So we went through, pulled that out. So we've got the sheet metal back on it. Got the exhaust painted. Went through the carburetor. Alternator works. Cleaned out the water pump. You saw that. We installed the front brush guard, grill. Electrical system works. Headlights work. New battery. Heads back together. New wiring for the headlights. Yeah, I've still got to paint it. Do some cleanup on the paint. I scratched it up trying to get the hood on there. Flake some of the paint off. I'll pull this off and redo it. All the gauges work. Shifter works. PTO. All that works. So yeah, it's come a long way. I did have to replace the radiator. Not only was the water pump plugged up, but the radiator was plugged solid. So we had to put a radiator in it. And as I was test running it, I was hearing some sizzling sounds, and so there was a hole rotten in the bottom of the gas tank. So I had to replace the gas tank as well. Two big purchases that I had to do to add to it, but other than that, came together. Let's fire it up. It's in neutral. There you go. Fires right up every time. Push the starter button. Fires right up. So thank you once again for watching Fixing with the Kid. I appreciate your watching. If you've watched this far, you've watched a pretty decent long video. Kind of an overview on this. I've still got some work to do on it, but as far as mechanically, everything's pretty sound. Please, if you hadn't already, like and subscribe, and give us a thumbs up and a great comment below if you liked the video. Please tell us how you liked it, that you liked it. It helps us in the algorithm and help us grow the channel. So until next time, thanks for watching, and goodbye.